Hi there, I'm Mary Susie from Bead Me a Story. Today I'm going to show you how to make a spiral chain. The easiest way to learn to make a spiral is to do it with square wire jump rings. The reason you do this is because it has a hard edge to it. So that means that when you make a spiral with these jump rings, it's not going to lose its shape. So just to show you a version that I did with regular round jump rings. You see the spiral over here, but not quite so much over on this side. And so this can kind of unspool itself as it's hanging, and you kind of need to retwist it so you have that full spiral look to it. Okay, but when you use the square wire jump rings, we don't run into that situation. And I just want to show you here, this is what's in our kits. This is the size. It's a pretty easy size to work with. And then this is steel that I did in 20 gauge steel jump rings, square jump rings. Okay, so the square wire jump rings we can get in copper and steel in 20 gauge, so that's a little bit smaller. Also, I'll just show you this piece here. This is a lariat that I did. I combined it with our rhinestone balls and some little tassels on the end. Okay, so you can use this for all sorts of different things. I just want to show you I did this one all in one color. The one I was showing with the round rings, again, I made a lariat and put some little snowballs on the bottom, and I can tie that and wear it. And I'll show you one more. And there's another kit that's a sorbet colored kit that we have available on the website. But this one I wanted to do this with my pom-pom necklace to see if a spiral chain would work just as well as the Jen's pin that I normally do with that kit. So just to kind of show you how this is going to turn out, and I wanted to give you a free tutorial to get you started. I do have some beaded versions of spirals and some other fancier things, so getting your feet wet with the first step of spiral chains is something that you can try as soon as you're ready to. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to begin our spiral, you notice that I already put one of the green jump rings onto a paper clip. You can use a piece of string, or you can use a piece of twisty tie or something like that, just to hold the end of your chain. A lot of times when you're building these very simple chains, it's very nice to mark the beginning, because if you put down your work, you won't be able to tell the difference between the beginning and the end that you're working on. So that can often confuse the pattern. Okay, so I'm going to put my second ring. We're going to go green, blue, purple. And I'm putting my second ring on here. And then I'm going to crisscross these rings. I want to show you that when you get two rings together, if we allow them to overlap, this little space in between is known as the eye. And we're going to be working with the eye in this. So basically, when you're talking about an eye, you're just really saying go through both of the jump rings. But going through both the jump rings and shooting for it out here and then going through that might lead to the eye. It's easiest to overlap two rings when you go to pass through them and form an eye, and then that way you're going through the eye. There are chainmail weaves where you go around the eye and things like that. So this is a term that you'll want to learn while you're beginning, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. Okay, so we're going to take the third ring and we're going to pass through the eye of these two rings. Okay, and already with this first with this third ring, you can see the spiral starting to happen. We have a little stair step. We have the green, blue, and purple. The blue sits above the green, the purple sits above the blue, and now we're going to go back to green again. Okay, so I'm gonna actually close this ring just a little bit better. This is a very difficult chain to go back and close the rings on, so make sure all your rings are. So with every step of the way, I'm always turning my left hand and my right hand to make sure that this this pattern is maintaining itself. Okay, so, and then this is the most challenging part, is row 3 and 4. You know we're doing green, blue, purple, but as you saw there, I had mine where it looked like the order was green, purple, blue. Okay, so we want to make sure that our purple and our green are lined up at this point, and that we're not accidentally catching this blue into the mix. Okay, so now we know we're going through the green and the purple. And once we get this established, which takes about 6 rows to have it established really well, you'll be able to move right along. But until that point, we need to keep making sure that everything is lining up. Okay, see, my green is below the blue, which is below the purple, which is below the green, which is below the blue. And you can see the spiral is already happening, so we have to kind of turn it around in order to see that. So now we're on purple. Okay, and now we're on green again. So you just keep doing this. You're just going to be passing through the eye. You're going to make sure that your spiral in your chain is maintained between each step. And we're just going to keep going until we have a beautiful spiral chain.